I set some stuff on the home wall. I don't think it's good. First, I'm going to explain a little bit about how some of these roots came to be. The orange, green, and purple routes were actually set while the plywood was horizontal. Those routes, for that reason, I think are much more difficult, not because of any fun way, but just because I'm bad at setting. Since the board's been constructed, I have added a couple of additional holds to what my original plans were just because they were so dang hard. The other colors I put up after the board was upright, so that was a more honest effort at setting. I'm inclined to say that red is probably the easiest route that I have up here, just because this hold right here is the biggest hold that's on the wall, and that can make a huge difference in a climb. Legal. This one isn't too bad for me. There's also like a bajillion different yellow holds on here, so I have a lot of options. It's kind of funny that that's one of the easiest ones because I feel like at my gym they rate the crimpy climbs like a little bit harder, but if you have like fingers that like crimping, then it's okay. I'm not saying my fingers like crimping, actually. I have tendinitis. Right here. 1, 2, 3. I feel like I'm being really weird right now, and I think the reason is because I'm not used to talking in my climbing vlogs. First, because if I'm filming indoors, the gym always plays really loud music, and I can't play it in my YouTube videos unless I want to get copyrighted. But the other reason is I think I'm just starved for human interaction. I'm not used to it. Alright, so now we're gonna climb the orange route, which is one of the routes that was set when the boards were horizontal. Okay, so I normally start with my right hand on this like smaller crimpy pinchy thingy, and then I have to start with my left here just because like this is way, I mean I could try with this, but let's just do the starting move. Okay, so that's the starting move. It's pretty fun, but I haven't tried it with the closer left, so I'll try that now because that's probably more legit of a start. I mean, it's definitely a harder start to go a lot farther. Farther? Both work. Okay, I'm gonna like really try this time, like shut off all like mental inhibition. My anxiety has just been like banished. Maybe if I do like an Andra yell. My anxiety was still there. That didn't work. This is worse. I'm not gonna do it. What's next? Oh! Huh, I did it. I mean, I only completely underutilized like 50% of the holds on that climb, but it went. So close. This is also a two-hand start. But Alright, so I have a couple of options now. I either stop recording and never show this footage to anybody ever, or I could acknowledge that I'm head dumbass of these parts. So let's talk a little bit about this hold here. This is a bolt-in hold where I feel like the opposition of the most force is like not directly opposing where the bolt hole is. Normally, holds like this in a gym, which are like quite juggy and meant to hold a lot of weight, I feel like have an additional screw in here. I feel like I should do that, but I feel kind of badly having this just set on my wall, even though I've been like tightening these to the high heavens. I feel like someone's gonna like post something mean in the comments about how I'm an idiot, but I don't feel too great about this hold, so I think I might have just broken the purple climb. The green problem is an interesting one because the start is damn near impossible for me. I've tried it. This is not a fun position to even hold. My intention when I set this was, wow, super easy. All I'm gonna have to do is just go like outright. I don't know what makes this so difficult. I can't even skip it and go to this, which is something I think I could do if the feet and the hands were better. Okay, let's see if I try it with like a good foot. My body doesn't even want to assume the position. No, it's not gonna happen. Ha! See, it's not a great hold either. It's just a minor dab. Pretty much the entirety of my wall. Obviously, I can like mix and match different colors to make different routes, and I think that would be a really cool like future video idea. I don't think that there's much more that I want to include in this video, so if you want to click off, you totally can. What I'm gonna do is, just because I'm so deprived of human interaction, I want to just have like a little sit-down chat. Maybe if anyone is feeling like lonely as well, we can have like a little heart-to-heart. Which sounds pathetic, but I'm sorry. I'm an introvert, but I still like to have people to talk to, even if the person is a camera. What I'm gonna do is put like a little ad break before, just because I want to like increase the amount of ad revenue that I can like donate. I'm gonna put my first mid-roll ad break in one of my videos right here. So watch if you want to keep on talking. I glitch sometimes when I talk, so now it's just you and me. I'm really glad that you stuck around, because it means that I am actually talking to a person and not just talking to my camera. So yes, I'm talking to you. You specifically watching this video. This is like me talking to you, okay? It's weird. Quarantine has felt like very strange. I don't know how it is where you live, but in Los Angeles, it's like a pretty freaking big deal. Just because we have a lot of people living here, I have pretty much like settled into a daily routine, but not necessarily one that I want to keep. You might have noticed that my videos have gotten like a little bit fewer and further in between, and it's weird to think that, because like I have more time than ever now to make climbing videos, but I don't know, I felt like a little bit unmotivated to make them, because even though I have this like lovely home wall that I'm so fortunate to have, it's like, it's not the same. And I also feel bad posting about it, because I feel like I have this weird mental block where I think like, but no one actually wants me to see this. Like, people who don't have home walls, people who aren't in that position, like definitely wouldn't want to see me like, I guess, flex my home wall, which is like not what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to like provide that entertainment and that whatever value that you've gotten out of my channel from the past like however long you've been subscribed to my channel. But I'm trying to get better at that. I'm trying to like into a headspace where I treat this more as like a job, but like a job, and part of what is going into that is like making the process of like making a video more enjoyable for me. I just think I have to put in a lot more time into like the ideas of like what I want to film. But yeah, it's hard when like a lot of my ideas are kind of like limited right now. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like have a lot of content to post right now. But anyway, that's just YouTube stuff. I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. It is so much fun. I've actually gotten to play with 1 subscriber so far, which is a lot of fun. If you want to like visit my island, it looks like crap. It's my first Animal Crossing and I don't really like know how to make my island pretty, so it's not great, but if you want to come over and play, I think that would be really fun. So just like you can message me on Instagram if you want me to open my island, something like that. I think that'd be fun. Other than Animal Crossing, I've been picking up a lot of like other hobbies. Well, maybe not picking up, I've just been like relearning other crafts. I've been brewing kombucha, which I had done in the past, which is turning out really great. I actually had a kombucha explosion in the kitchen today, which was, I mean, it was kind of fun, but at the same time it was like unexpected because it actually happened on its own in the windowsill. But it's just kind of cool because, you know, that's like life happening right there. What else? I've been playing a lot of bass. The song that I've learned that I'm just like practicing so that I can play better is Homage by Mild High Club. It's a really, really fun bass line. I don't play it very well, but that's what I've been kind of practicing. I've also been doing punch needling, which is kind of hard to explain without like, you know, a diagram, but I use this tool called a punch needle and I punch yarn through a piece of canvas that's stretched over a wooden frame, and I use those little yarn punch thingies to make pillows and rugs and things like that. So I've been making a couple of those just to give to friends eventually when I can, as well as like rugs and bath mats and stuff. So that's been really fun. It's a really great activity to do. I noticed that like physical but kind of more mindless things like punching and embroidery is just like a really great way to keep your hands busy when you're watching TV. So you don't feel as guilty for just like watching TV. Not that you have to feel guilty. I mean, watch your TV. I think that's pretty much it. It's funny when I look at like this little square over here to my right, which is where I can see myself, because it reminds me of like when you're in a Zoom meeting and you're trying really, really hard to focus on one person who's talking, but instead you just like end up looking at yourself the whole time. That's what that reminds me of. Speaking of Zoom, I have been meeting regularly with my cohort, which is like my classmates that I'm going to be starting school with in grad school. They are a lot of fun, and we have this little like journal club together where every week we read a different scientific paper and we meet and discuss it in different ways that we you know, like the techniques or think that whatever they did could be done differently, or like other questions we have. So that's been really useful for keeping my like mind a little bit more engaged during this time and thinking about science, which is the thing that I need to remind myself like I am going to do for the rest of my life. I think that's the end of this video. If you listened through this end rant, thank you very much. I needed to like get that out of my system and say things for once. If you're here this long, usually my like end routine is that I post like a, you know, playlist here that you can watch, or like a video here. So click those if you choose to do so, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm looking at the screen again. Okay, bye.